Well, by way of introduction, we're in our third week in a series on the book of Job called Embracing Mystery. And we in part titled this Embracing Mystery because often this book can leave us with more questions than answers. And it seems to me, though, that answers to our questions aren't always as important as the connection with who it is we're asking the questions to. I'll tell you what I mean. My daughter is 10, and she's very inquisitive, as most 10-year-olds are. She'll often pepper my wife, Lacey, and I with question after question, really about anything and everything. Now, as a dad, you would think, for example, that I would kind of revel in the opportunity to drop some knowledge at, for example, 2 weeks ago, the Raiders and the Chargers were in a playoff game, and it was such that if they tied, they would both make the playoffs. And there were lots of questions about this. And it almost happened, which made it really fun to watch. And had it happened, the Steelers would not have made the playoffs. And being a good Seahawk fan, anytime the Steelers lose, we win. But she'll have questions like this. Another question that the kids will often have is like, what would happen if I accidentally took a sip of your beer? Like, they just love to think about that. But these questions often come when we're in the middle of responding to a work text or trying to cook dinner or finally just to relax at the end of the day. And so my wife and I are sometimes less than delighted to kind of be on the witness stand, as it were. In fact, sometimes our kids, they'll take the hint and they'll ask their question to Alexa. And so I can often be heard like, Alexa, don't listen to the kids. But as I was studying the book of Job this week, it hit me like a ton of bricks that often my daughter isn't so much interested in the answer to the question as she is in connecting with mom and dad. After all, these questions often come at the end of a time apart, maybe a long day at school or at work, or when we've had a day of chores and errands as a family where we're kind of split up and we're finally in the same room together. Kids are thirsty for knowledge, but more often, as we all are, they're thirsty for relationship, for connection, for intimacy. And Lane, if you're listening, I can't wait to answer all your questions when I get home. So the book of Job invites us to embrace mystery because life isn't always found in the answer to the question, but in the experience of the questioning itself and our connection to who our questions are directed to.